In terms of Mob Entertainment's approach to Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 so far, things are getting incredibly surreal. Less than 24 hours ago, we got the initial trailer for Chapter 4, and I made a shortish video going over a few of the details. In a segment of speculation towards the end of that video, I posted a screenshot that was going around Twitter, and it sort of said that Mob Entertainment had made a trademark for the Nightmare Critters name, a continuation of the Smiling Critters from Chapter 3 of course. This has been causing a few mumblings, having a fourth installment in your franchise with the villains called the Nightmares. It's one-on-one with Five Nights at Freddy's, and this franchise already has a name for itself as being incredibly close to FNAF, but if this was true, it would be the closest that the franchise has flown to the sun since it began in 2021. And it's true. We just got a tweet from Mob Entertainment going over the Nightmare Critters, and it confirms one of the main lingering questions that I brought up yesterday. The name for the villain in the game's thumbnail is Babachops, which is not what I was expecting, but to continue reading the tweet here. You've already met Babachops, our bundle of teenage angst. If you look up Loner in the dictionary, her picture is slapped right there next to it. We also know from the rest of this tweet that Mob Entertainment is planning on releasing the rest of the names and even designs for the Nightmare Critters this week, so things are really picking up the pace. Naturally, the response is about what you would expect. A lot of people saying, oh, they're actually calling the villains of their fourth installment the Nightmares. Getting a few FNAF echoes and a few FNAF 4 vibes from this. And they're absolutely right to think that. What remains to be seen is how much these characters are set apart not only from FNAF but also from Chapter 3, and obviously we can do nothing but speculate on that. You know, on a more fundamental level, we don't know what sets apart Nightmare Critters from Smiling Critters yet, unless maybe I've played Chapter 3 once or twice in January, so maybe there was something I overlooked. I don't think that that's true. I've decided not to go too much into the Babachops character themselves because it's about what you would expect, you know, teenage angst, the embodiment of all that. I mean, it speaks for itself. So whether or not I decide to make update videos on every single post that Mob Entertainment does, or just leave it until closer to release, which in my mind is a much better idea, it seems like we're going to be getting a lot more news from them, and in a pace which is familiar to early fans of the franchise, being constantly bombarded with news and updates, and that's really good to see. We're erring on the side of controversy now because there are a lot of connections to FNAF, and I just really need to drive that home. Mob has very carefully tread past and through controversy in the past. Maybe they can do it again. I basically wanted to butt in and just record this little thing as soon as I saw this tweet. Now that we have a few answers to yesterday's questions, we know that the Nightmare Critters are real, and we know that this has stirred up potentially a little bit of controversy, so I'm going to stay on this topic, and I'm going to keep my eye on Mob Entertainment a lot more than I was expecting to, especially this time of year, but we will see exactly what they're planning with this.